thought you guys might want to make an arrangement with me. So I have a donated goblet that I got my chicken wire, of course. I've already filled it up with water. I don't have a water source out here in the garage, so I gotta do all that inside. So I did that ahead of time. So I haven't made a goblet before with the chicken wire, so this will be a first. Let's see what I did with my tape. Can't keep track of everything in here. Let's see. Just tape that in. Piece off. All right, I have a general idea, I guess, of what I want this to look like. That's kind of how I go into all of my arrangements, just a general idea, and then just kind of wing it from there, I guess. Let it come together. That's one thing about with flowers is you can force them as much as you want to go a certain direction, but if they don't want to go that direction, then you're just SOL. But I just got done making an arrangement, so I had a bunch of leftover like little pieces of greenery, and so instead of throwing those away, I just like to make smaller arrangements or arrangements that you can do like with the chicken wire and things like that, so that way there's less waste, more bang for your buck per stem, I suppose. So I'm just using some seeded eucalyptus. And I got some willow eucalyptus too. It's all got that really pretty texture and that really pretty sage green color. I enjoy using these kinds of greenery. So just kind of filling up a little bit of holes, give everything else something to hold on to when I stick it in here. So you just got to make sure that there's no greens in the water, especially with eucalyptus. It just really dirties the water and it gets like it's super cloudy, and it's just not very good for pretty much anything to sit in once it gets that way. So just clean up all the stems. I've kind of got my little rough shape going here. Just add a little bit more to the back. I just kind of want stuff to hang down really low. And I just grabbed a mix of flowers that I thought were pretty from the cooler. Got some like creamy colored mums, or I guess bronze mums here, creamy colored roses, some of this amaranth that was locally grown. I just love it. It's got such a beautiful color. Some thistles, some astrantia. So let's get building. So like I said, you can get an idea of what you want their flower arrangement to look like, but once you start working with the flowers, like look at this, like that's just how it wants to be, so you just got to roll with it. So this guy, kind of want him to hang off the front a little bit and drape down. That's another reason why I like to use chicken wire, is because with the foam, it's hard to like stick it in so stuff just comes down at an angle. You'd have to like shove it in from underneath, and it doesn't always stay. So it's really cool with the chicken wire because you can kind of just make sure the stems are on water and then just stick it in there any which way it'll fit. See, it's just kind of trial and error getting it through here. I might have made the chicken wire a little too thick this time. It's having a hard time sticking, but get that spot nice and secure. So usually when I start, I just kind of start with what I want my focal point to be, and then go from there. Now, since I'm just making one just for fun, I probably generally wouldn't use this because it's got a lot of crinkled petals here on the background, and they just don't look as nice. This netting that they put on it just keeps the flowers from like blowing open too fast, but sometimes if they want to blow open and they have that netting around them, it bruises the outer petals. So it's kind of like a catch-22 on, I guess, finding the right time to pull that netting off when you want it and then leaving it on there when you can. because this one's not too bad. Just when you get those delicate petals in there, sometimes they're just, I don't know, a little over dramatic, I suppose. So kind of got my focal point. This is probably going to be a littler guy because this vase isn't, this container is not very big. So I guess I'm kind of going with an S shape, kind of start here and then come down. Be a really pretty centerpiece. That's one thing I do love making. I love making centerpieces for weddings. They are just so much fun. Or making the bigger aisle pieces for weddings, because those are just, they're just great, especially when they want them like airy and flowy. And you know, you get a lot of room to just try a whole new bunch of different flowers. I really enjoy working with that. And same with these Scabiosa straws. So they come, most of them come with straws on them. Sometimes they don't. Like, I don't know if they got, like, if you look at these, their stalk is like super, super thin. So they came with the straws, and that holds their heads like upright. I personally like it when they got a little wiggle to them, because I think it gives it, you know, a nice, more artistic look to it than just like sticking straight up. So some of them come with straws, sometimes they don't come with straws. It just depends on who you're ordering from. And you can grow Scabiosa locally. I haven't come across any lately. That's why I ordered this stuff in. I actually have a Scabiosa plant in my front yard. It's a light purple. And so next year I'm hoping to, you know, get some fresh clippings off of that and use that pretty light purple for some of the flower arrangements. And then these are just spray roses. Same thing. These can kind of blow open pretty quickly, but I mean, that's what they're supposed to do. I say blow open like it's a bad thing, but they're supposed to open up, you know, to make them look good. And it's just when you have these perishable items in your cooler, when they blow open too fast and then you send them out, it's just, and then I guess it kind of depends on the person who's receiving the arrangement. Sometimes, you know, they want all the flowers to be super tight, and so that way they can slowly enjoy the opening process. And then sometimes, you know, you get people that want them look, you know, beautiful and gorgeous right when they open their door. This is a Strantia. I love this stuff. It just gives so much texture to a flower arrangement, and it's just so fluffy and lively. And this comes in a couple of different colors too. When I tried to order this, I tried to get a mixed box of it, but they only had this purple available. So that's what I got. Just the purple Strantia, and I love it. It's really pretty. And it's got that delicate look too. I think it's coming together. It's just got a little winging out there. I think I might grab some full-size roses to stick in here also. I've got some really pretty hot pink roses that I might just have to grab a couple and stick them in there lower. So generally when I'm making these up, like if it were to go out on a delivery or like an order, I'll count it up as I'm grabbing the flower stems, and so that way I know exactly how many flowers I have to work with and how big that it's going to be depending on the type of flowers, because it's all, I charge by the stem for each flower. So say, you know, like if you wanted a sunflower bouquet, I would grab your sunflowers first and then, you know, add those up, and then as I'm grabbing the other stuff, I'll just add to it and then, you know, add the vase price on top of that. Since this one, since I'm just making it for fun, I have no idea how much it's gonna cost, because I just grabbed flowers out of the cooler and thought, oh, this will look good together, this will look good. If only life were like that, right? Where you could just grab what you liked and the cost didn't matter. That'd be fun. So yeah, I'm digging how it's looking. I think I kind of need something to come up over here. I might grab another piece of amaranth and then grab a rose to stick in here. Like I said, with this container, since it's so little, it's hard to get a lot of flowers tucked in here. I guess my preference right now, my preference is for flower arrangements. They change all the time, because I think I just get when you're making something for so long and then you're like, oh, I want to try something new. So right now I'm kind of like on this really this airy kick, and I like stuff to be more airy and whimsical, I guess could be another word. I do like making them, you know, like roundy moundy and tight too. I guess this is just something that I've just started to lean towards in my arrangements. Like I said, they go this way and that way all the time. So I'm gonna go grab a couple more pieces of amaranth and some pink roses. All right, I was looking for a piece that kind of went more straight up in the air, but I couldn't find one. Like I said, these just kind of grow whichever way they want. So since this one is just absolutely gorgeous, I mean, it is so full with those beautiful burgundy leaves, I think I'm just gonna stick him down here in the bottom, and he's also gonna be trailing down. So I got a limited supply of this color. I just love it though. I love the color. It's so beautiful. I mean, it's kind of coming together. And I think I might just stick this. Look at these hot pink roses. They're just beautiful. The tricky thing is though, with most of these hot pink roses, when you get them this size, I don't know if anybody else has it, but they don't stay tight. They like to just blow open super fast, and that's one of those tricky flowers that you're just like, as soon as you get them, you just gotta hurry up and use them in everything, because they're just not gonna last as long as the other roses will. Some, like a red rose, some of those, they'll just stay tight forever. Like you might deliver them and they'll just be sitting on a countertop and they'll never open. So what I'm pulling off, these are just, they call them guard petals. And they're just on the outside. They tend to get bruised a little bit, and so I just pluck those off. Sometimes when they're not bruised, I like to keep the guard petals because they've got like a little bit of a different color than the inside of the rose, and that's really pretty, just to kind of give it that other. So I'm liking it. I'm liking the shape. I still think it's missing something. I think it just still needs something that's coming up like that. So I don't, maybe we'll, and I think that's a little too thick to go up there. Let's see, got some cool stained wheat. Let's give that a try. That's got that flowy feel. Maybe stick that in there and a little higher. Yeah, that's really pretty. Just to give it a look. Let's see, maybe shorten this guy a little bit. That's pretty. And maybe this piece can go a little bit right there, sticking out the top. I think this turned out nice. Looks really good. I have another piece of scabiosa, see if it can fit anywhere. That does look really pretty. These fall colors, they've got to be my favorite to work with. They're just so vibrant. Or you can get like that moody feel. I think that's the new descriptive people are using, is moody, with the, you know, the darks and the lights kind of just going in together. Yeah, I think that turned out really good. Yeah, like the spray rose that already kind of wants to be done, but that's just a little bit what it looks like. I think it looks really pretty. It's got a lot of texture to it. I mean, this guy, I'd like him to come out a little bit more. I don't like how tight he is, but he's kind of stuck in there with everything else, so he might just have to stay. We could add, no, he might just have to stay. So I usually find what I like as the front or the back. So I'd say this is kind of my favorite. So this is what I would pick to be the front of the arrangement. And then there's the back. I think it turned out really pretty. So yeah, then you just gotta make sure all the stems are stuck in water and make sure that the water stays full in there and it's good to go. Thanks for watching.